Okay. Okay, recording in progress. So this is Sophie.
Hello,
Hi. Funny enough, so you're also German,
I'm also German. Yes, right.
but we met in Denver. Funny enough, at the
Correctly.
Amplify conference. So you did not come to the Amplify via the Finder's course or Jeffrey Martin or Perfectly Okay connection, but you were more coming by the connection of Angelo Di Lullo, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Angelo, and we saw that he's part of the team and part of the agenda. So we strongly felt the call to go there.
Right. And we, that is you and Bastel, your boyfriend, and you are basically on some kind of never-ending world tour.
Yeah, never ending world tour and never ending journey of self exploration or non self exploration.
Right, right. So when you're a yoga teacher, and so I mean your journey also didn't start just the day before yesterday.
I know.
What fascinated you most about the work of Angelo Di Lullo?
Um, well, next to being a yoga teacher, I'm also a coach, and I was connected already to some personal development stuff and well-being stuff. And it fascinated me that he has a different approach, or in some parts, a different approach, and in some part, a very confusing approach from coming from a very personalized view of the world. But in my deepest inner side, I felt that is something about it. So my mind couldn't digest it, but in my body and in my heart, I felt like yeah, something feels right what he's saying. So that made me curious to explore more, and I really love his approach, how he's like unpacking the patterns of the mind and unpacking emotions and bring by his work, he's doing really good approach to bring people into feeling things.
Right, right. And what I found particularly fascinating is so he's one of the non-duality teachers,
Hmm.
clearly address that if you try to keep out or kick out or shut out the shadows, that cannot be quite that non-dual in the end.
It's true. Yes, it's more dualistic work, but I think very important work to be done in the beginning to like a step, because otherwise you would bypass it or suppress it. So I think it's part of its unfolding that you cannot go around it.
Exactly. Yeah, no, was really what I meant, is that if you really want to be non-dual,
Yes,
the shadows have to be integrated.
true. Yeah, yeah.
Because the moment you split them off, you have again this second other,
Yes.
which is not part of the whole. So that was very convincing to me. And as Amplify, I summed it up that basically shadow work has been legalized and has been integrated as official part of the awakening curriculum.
Yes, yeah. It's very true what you say, and by saying this, I think it's the duality and the non-duality or the polarity. So light cannot exist without shadow, and vice versa. So to dissolve both, I think it's helpful to work with both sides to finally resolve the total.
Yeah. So, and when we come to another dimension of bringing different realms together in a real non-dual approach, we're talking about the mind and the body.
Hmm.
I'm a person, I'm much more mind driven. And so also I was much more attracted by mind stuffy meditation
Hmm.
techniques.
Hmm.
and that shifted me very successfully. But recently, I turned 50, so the whole question of the body becomes more interesting from various points of views anyway. And it becomes very clear to me that, for example, a number of my fears have not dissolved so far, are residing in my body. So I have a certain um, um, adversity, for example, to stretching exercises. My mind comes in and says, "You're not good at this. Your body is not made for this. It will be
Yeah.
painful and so on." So now you are coming to the Thinking In Festival, and you will have the beautiful program point morning Yin Yoga with
Yes.
Poosch. And we'll
Yes.
start this at 8:30, so people can do this, then have breakfast, and then the first session starts at 10 o'clock.
10.
Um,
Yeah.
so you will do that starting Tuesdays every morning. Um, so Yin Yoga, if you may introduce that to the not insider.
Yes. Yes. Yin
Yeah.
yoga is my special passion and my specialization in yoga. So I started with normal yoga, which was very healing also in the beginning. And yeah, also a gateway to come closer to more into your body and to clean the energies and everything, get out of the mind. So I can relate to being more mind approach and yeah, coming from a very result oriented world. And then I explored, or I discovered, or it came to me, however you want to say it, that I, yeah, got introduced to Yin Yoga. And Yin Yoga opened a new world for me because you hold the postures for 3 to 5 minutes. So you stay very long in one position, which
Yes.
gives you time to really explore what is your mind telling you, how is your breath, connect to your anchor in your breath. And then you use the body to, you use the posture to get into your body. So you really start to feel emotions. And it happened a few times that it made me cry or that it made me laugh. And sometimes crying from happiness, sometimes crying from whatever. It's not about the understanding, but it works really with the deep connective tissues and with the fascia, which is a great opportunity to also release suppressed material, repressed emotions, because they come up, and you give your body the time to release that. And it's a beautiful practice of acceptance, a beautiful practice of letting go, because you really need to let go, and it takes time. So this makes Yin Yoga special, and you combine different stuff. So you also work with energies. It's based on the Taoismus, so you have also the Zen approach in it, and the meditative.
Yeah.
Hmm?
It's based on Taoism.
Yes, yeah,
Yes.
it goes into it. So it's like comes from different directions. And it's also a very old tradition, but it got like a bit in the background and got famous in the Western world in, I don't know, 1950s. And the approach combines the traditional yoga, but also in a functional approach. So
Right.
it was the legalization that in yoga, like shadow work
Right.
in the non-duality, that we all have different bodies, and we might not be able to get into one specific posture, which is perfectly fine. So it is not about how good does the posture look, which is often normal in normal yoga because it's more aesthetic. So you bring the body into a certain posture because you follow a scheme. And in Yin Yoga, it's really more about to feel your edges. So you go to a certain edge where you feel a stretch, where it's getting intense, not painful. So you play with boundaries and limits. And that's a beautiful thing because you can adapt to the speciality of everybody. Everybody in the sense of everybody and every human being,
You
which
mean
is
even
beautiful.
me?
Yes. Yes, I'm very excited
You
to
know,
test.
it's so
Yeah.
it's so funny because when you said that you stay in the postures so long
Hmm.
and really, yeah, go into exploration
Yes.
with the yeah what your body shows you. Like I had two reactions, and the one was, "Oh, this is exactly what I need,"
Yeah.
and the other one was like, "Oh God, this is terrible." Like immediately, like the mind kicked in. Like the first
Yes.
reaction was very clear, okay, that will be very good, and then immediately the opposition of my mind-driven
I know.
patterns kicked in. Um,
Yeah.
and when you said that this kind of yoga was a little bit pushed to the background in recent decades, I mean, it is no wonder, I would say, because in light of the commercialization
Hmm.
and popularization of yoga, we had then power yoga, fit
Yes.
yoga. We have here an offer that's called yoga without and aerobic yoga and what have you yoga. And I
Yeah.
think really doing the basic stuff,
Hmm.
but doing it thoroughly and with patience.
Yes.
I mean, that sounds very good to me because, uh, yeah, it sounds also not that difficult in the one sense of, you don't have to be very, very flexible,
Yeah.
but it sounds very challenging,
It's a nice
especially in other
experience. It
ways. Yeah.
can be very releasing and relaxing and regenerating for the body because we also work a lot with the energy channels based on traditional Chinese medicine. So that's another factor
Mhm.
coming in, and many postures also bring down the nervous system.
Yes.
Why it is more easy, or why it's easier to access what is inside. So it's a practice of interoception.
Yeah.
And it's totally right that it's not for toning the body, but coming back to traditional yoga, it's not about toning the body. It's about to sit comfortable in a meditation posture or to balance energies, to unite. I mean, yoga means union. So to just like, yeah, bring the yin and yang together. And that's also a beautiful other different part about yin, that it's about being. It's not about the doing, it's about being. And yes, how much can you get into the feeling of it?
I particularly imagine that doing this for, 45 minutes or 1 hour or so in the morning, and then starting the meditation practice during the day will be a very, very good preparation. And last year at the Thinking In Festival, one of the feedbacks I got a lot is that people said, it would be nice to have more uh, body-based work
Mm-hmm.
too. So this will be on offer in the mornings with you. And Petra
Yes.
Kanapin has this Sinking into the Night every evening, and that is also with some physical aspects. So there will be like in the morning, and it will be in the morning and in the evening, there will be like aspects where we can work with our bodies more. Now, just on the practical side of it, we have not enough yoga mats for everybody. So please bring your yoga mat.
Mm-hmm.
We also do not have enough meditation cushions. So bring your meditation cushions. What we have is these dog pads and how do you call it? Sit suck in English. Um,
For
uh,
everyone.
these huh?
Sitzak, fat
No, no.
boy. This
Yeah, well, there's a special word for it. Anyway, I will make another announcement about this. But you also have these yoga blocks, right? That would be
yes,
useful. What is this?
a yoga block. So in yin yoga, it's like not everybody, like I said, is able to get into every posture. So you bring the support to help people to find the right posture, so that they are comfortable, like
Okay.
comfortable in their stretching.
Yeah.
And due to that, you work with, yes, how to say that, substitutes or supports.
Mm-hmm.
And it can either be yoga bolsters, can be pillows, can be blankets, and yoga blocks are absolutely helpful to, yeah, bring the hips in the right position, and yeah, to build a bridge to coming in the posture, because otherwise people will not comfortable, and if the body is not comfortable, it's very hard to meditate, or I would say like it's increasing your mind activity.
That was the first thing that convinced me about Jeffrey Martin.
Yeah.
That just sit the way you sit comfortably.
Yes.
Because in the end, I mean, what do you want to do with meditation or with yoga or whatever? I mean, it's just an exercise in pain that
Yeah.
you in self-inflicted pain, or do you want to achieve something else? Which is not to say that the golden threshold of pain may not be a very particularly interesting point to reach.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So we see you and Bastel
Yes.
here at Weitersroda Castle. I have a clear deliberation and intention to join you every morning.
Yes. I hope so.
Yes, I announce it now publicly, because much more difficult for me to find a way out of this commitment. Yes,
I
cool.
will bring you out of bed.
Yeah, well.
Come, come. No excuses.
No excuses, absolutely not. Right. All right, cool. So see you very soon.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Bye bye, Sophie.
Thank you.